Good morning. It is Thursday, April 10th, 8:07 a.m. And I had my first order of the day. A little Starbucks. $7.50 for 7 miles. Dollars to miles sucks, but it came through when I was dropping my wife off at work downtown. And this is taking me right up to my spot. So might as well get paid for it, right? Even though it's not the ideal dollars to miles. I was driving that way anyway, so it'd be silly to not take it. It was ready upon arrival, so that's good news. Now I'm getting a DoorDash, man. It might be a busy morning. So yesterday I ended up making I think $70, but I only worked until 12:45. And then I don't know if you caught it. I didn't actually go. I went bowling, but I didn't actually post anything into the vlog. I went live instead. Some of you may have seen it. I don't know. I was live almost the whole time I was bowling, or a large chunk of it at least. Wish I would have been doing that sooner. But unfortunately, that was last night was the last night of bowling. Next Wednesday we have our banquet where we get our prize money and have a dinner and some drinks and all that. So it should be a good time. But so yeah, we'll end yesterday's video right now. Like I said, I made about $70, give or take. If you like my videos, like, subscribe, comment. Appreciate you guys for watching. And the next video will begin momentarily. Good morning, my beautiful people. Thursday, April 10th at 8:09 a.m. I am on my first order of the day. It is a Starbucks, $7.50 for 7 miles. Yes, the dollars to miles is not good. But I received this offer as I was dropping my wife off at work downtown. And I was going to have to drive all the way over here to the east side to my zone anyway, which is 5 miles. So this came through this for the Starbucks, $7.50 for 7 miles, which kind of takes me southeast and then kind of right back up to my zone. So kind of a roundabout way to get back to my zone. So I figured I might as well get paid to drive back. Good positioning order, so that's what we did. Nothing on the agenda today other than picking up the wife and kid from school and work. So it's crunch time now. Got 1 week from tomorrow before I head to New Orleans. So trying to build up as big of a budget for that trip as possible. I have a police officer about to pass me, so try not to look suspicious. There he is. He passed me. All right, we're good. So yeah, I know I'm making a big deal about budgeting for this trip. I don't know why, because it's only a day and a half, like I said. $500, which we already have it set aside. I don't know, for some reason I just like to have a lot more than that. Especially considering I'm not going to be working for basically at least 2 days, Friday and Saturday. We get back, I might work Sunday night when I get home. We get back 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon, I think. Something like that, 12 or 1. Somewhere in that range. It's only a 2-hour flight. But I don't know, I'm so used to going on these longer vacations where you need a nice fat budget stacked up. I just keep kind of forgetting that I'm only going to be there for literally a day and a half. We get there Friday night. By the time we land at 5:15, by the time we even get down to the French Quarter, it's going to be 6:30 or 7 with traffic probably. And then we just got Friday night. I'm sure we're going to grab something to eat right when we get down there and just go have some drinks and then go back to the room. I can't imagine Friday night costing more than $150. And then $300-400 for Saturday. So we're going to go somewhere nice for a nice dinner Saturday. I'll bring y'all with me for that. We're going to go to one of the nicer New Orleans restaurants down there. Man, the food is so good down there. I've raved about it before. It's so good. But yeah, I want to have a fat stack of cash anyway when I get down there. This way I don't have to worry about budgeting. And then, like I said, I'm not going to be working for next Friday and Saturday, which are 2 of my busier days. So I got to factor that in because I don't get vacation time doing this. So whenever I do go on a trip, I try to fatten up my bank account. That way I'm not buried by the time I come back, since I'm not, making any money while I'm on vacation. So we'll get this delivered, and I'll check back in with you shortly. All right, Starbucks dropped off. I was yapping to you guys about New Orleans, and I drove right by the customer. So I drove by the customer. I turned right so I get into a parking lot so I could turn back around. So I do that, and I come back out to the street to turn back to go to the customer. And I turn the wrong way again, just absent-mindedly, because I'm a moron. I haven't had any caffeine yet. So I pull into this parking lot. I need to come back around and turn back left because I passed by where I was going. And instead of turning left, I turned right in the same direction that I was going to begin with. What an idiot. Anyway, I did get a Chick-fil-A offer, $6.43 for like 5 miles. But like I said, it's like back towards my zone again, so it's not good. But the end location is good, so I'm okay with it. So, off to Chick-fil-A we go. Alright, this is why I preach patience. It's not a big deal, but kind of burned myself. I guess maybe not. I already had to drive 2 miles to get here, so my order that I'm doing for Chick-fil-A, I don't remember what I said it was, like $6.53 for 5 miles or something like that. It's really like $6.53 for 3 miles now because I'm already here. I had to drive like 2 miles to get here. So mark that in your brain. $6.53 for 3 miles. I got a DoorDash right after I confirmed the Chick-fil-A order when I grabbed it, when I confirmed that I picked it up. $7 for 3 miles. Going back to the distance coming back to the direction I just came from. So I guess it's like kind of the same. This is a little less, $6.53, while the other one is $7. But it keeps me on State Street. This one's kind of taking me a little bit out of town. Not far, but just on the outside of town this way. So sometimes, you're not sure where the day's going to take you, so you just kind of accept borderline offers just because you don't want to decline it, and then you get stuck sitting there for 30 minutes without getting anything. Sometimes you'll accept an offer, it might even be a decent offer, and then as soon as you pick it up, you get like a way better offer like right after that. You're just like, damn it, I knew I should have waited, I knew I should have been patient, I knew I should have just declined it. But that's kind of those are kind of the traps you do fall into when you multi-app, is you second guess yourself sometimes, but you can't let it affect you. You can't go on tilt, as they say in the poker world. Because maybe you accepted an order that turns out you shouldn't have, but it happens. So anyway, we are headed out towards the eastern side of town, passing I-90 here. Fun fact, I-90, for those of you that don't know and aren't all that familiar with the interstate system, I-90 runs, if I hop on it and head right, it'll take me all the way to Boston. If I hop on it and head left, it'll take me all the way to Seattle, Washington. All the way across the country. There's only a few that do. I-80, I-90, and I think I-10 are like the three that go all the way from east to west across the country. I-10, I've been on the whole thing, almost the entire thing, except because I've been on it because I used to live in Houston, which it runs right through the middle of Houston. So I drove all the way to LA on I-10 once from Houston. Some stops along the way. And then on a separate trip, I drove all the way to Miami from Houston. Mostly on I-10. You get on I-10 through the Florida Panhandle, then I can't remember what road it is, but then you have to turn to head south. So there's a small stretch, like from the Panhandle of Florida to Jacksonville, that I haven't been on. But other than that, I've been on the entire Interstate 10, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, that's a fun story. Let me pull my map back up. I need to see. I need to make my turn so I don't miss it again. Alright, got Chick-fil-A dropped off and stopped and got my own. I always forget they have coffee. It's pretty good too. I got a scramble bowl and an iced coffee. I need some coffee. Well, know that I'm already making brain farts. I just accepted an offer. I was getting back in the car for Jason's Deli right across the intersection over here. $7 for 4.8 miles. So we'll do that one. Might have been $7.50. I don't remember. But we'll go and grab that and get that taken care of. Cold again. Spring is evading us. It's getting a little bit annoying. It's gradually supposed to warm up the next few days, and by the beginning of next week, touch 60. So I'm good with that at least. But man, yesterday I think it barely got to 40. We've had snow flurries a couple times the last few days, and we're already April 10th. So come on, weather. I mean, upper Midwest, or I guess we're not really upper Midwest, but northern Illinois, it still can get chilly, even in May. A couple years ago, matter of fact, maybe 3 years ago, on Memorial Day, very end of May, I went fishing. It was raining and sleeting. It was nasty. It was 46 degrees, and this is on Memorial Day. Memorial Day is crazy around here because it could either be 45 and raining like that day, or it'll be 85 and sunny. It could be both. It's been both the last few years. So we'll wait for this light, and then we'll be pulling into Jason's Deli. Well, they keep sending me borderline offers that I don't really want to take, but I'm kind of in that territory where it's hot. I'm not getting a ton of offers, but if I decline it, will I get one in the next 30 minutes? Because sometimes in the mornings it can be volatile like that. Sometimes it stays consistently busy. Other times it's very hit or miss. So I went ahead and accepted this one. It was $6.75 for 4.7 miles. And I guess, I don't know, I just did one that was $7 for 4.8. I don't know, I guess it just looks better than $6.75 when it says 7. Maybe that's what it is, because it's really not that much different than what I just did. So it's a Starbucks. Sorry, picking my nose on camera. It's attractive. It's a Starbucks, and I was about a mile away from the store, driving towards it when I accepted it. So that kind of helps with the mileage. So it'd be it's $6.75 for 4 miles, we'll say. But driving through this little parking lot here to the Starbucks across the way. This is where Outback is right here. And you got a Taco Bell over there, which I don't get a whole lot of orders from, which is kind of strange. There's a Taco Bell right down by my house that's much busier on these apps. Strip mall here. This is where a lot of stuff is at in this town. There's that Portillo's that I go to often. Jersey Mike's is over there. Jimmy John's is over there. Chili's, Old Chicago. Straight ahead of me, we got Buffalo Wild Wings, Potbelly, and Starbucks, all of which are busy. Olive Garden's up here too, which is now on Uber as of the last couple months. And then up here we got a Beefaroo tucked away back up here. And the farther you go this way is where my spot is that I usually hang out. That's where Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Panda Express, Panera, Chipotle. It's all right here within a mile. Basically all the chain restaurants that anybody would ever want. So here we are at Starbucks. $6.75 for 4 miles. 4.7 or whatever the hell it is. Quick little check-in. It's 10:14 a.m. I got a tropical smoothie order, $8.80 for 5.5 miles. I took care of that. I got back to my spot, and then I got this Chipotle. I think it's a Chipotle. Chick-fil-A. I think it was $8.50 for 5 miles or something like that. Or $8 for 5 miles, somewhere in that ballpark. So I went ahead and grabbed that. On my way to deliver that now. This will put me at about $44. I actually just got an Uber offer on my way to deliver this. $10.46 for 4 miles for Burger King. Shame I can't take that one. It's headed south. It's a Burger King on the south end of town down there. That's where it was at. But couldn't accept it because I still got 7 or 8 minutes to go to get to my customer going this direction. So, oh well, can't take them all. So good start to the day. That tropical smoothie order was interesting. I got there and walked up to the door and it said their handwritten sign temporarily closed for a plumbing issue. So I opened the door and it was locked, and I looked down and I saw the note. They came running to the door waving at me, and they opened the door like, "Hey, do you by chance have that DoorDash?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, that was the last one I was able to do before our plumbing got backed up or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, great." So she let me come in and grab it. So thankfully I was able to finish that one. And we're having a good start to the day. Feels like it's going to be a little busier. Excuse me. Got quite a few offers today. So that's a good sign. Drop this off, put us at $44. It'll give us about 40 minutes or so to see how much more we can make before 11 o'clock. So hopefully we can get up to like over $50 before 11. That'd be a nice start. So I'll check back in with you in a minute. All right, well, good things happening. I just did a noodles company on Uber Eats, $7.87 for 2.2 miles. And as I was dropping that off, I got a DoorDash right as I was passing by this Chick-fil-A, $12.25 for 5.1 miles, going right back to the hospital I just delivered to a few minutes ago. I'm delivering it right to the same desk, same spot, different customer. So this is my best offer of the day, $12.25 for 5.1 miles. It's 10:57 a.m. So things are looking good. This is going to put me at like probably about $64. And this will be dropped off by about 10 after 11. So we're in great shape to hit our $100 goal by 2. Hopefully we can hit 110 or 120 by then. That would be ideal. I do have to pick up the wife from physical therapy and give her a ride to work. I don't want to make her walk back to work after that because they really kick her ass in that physical therapy for her knee. But it seems to be working, and she seems to be feeling better just in general. A lot of exercising and stretching. So yeah, this is going to take us downtown. Hopefully we can get something good while we're down there. I don't know. It's been kind of a good start today, so maybe we will. Maybe we will. We'll find out. Update time. It's 11:44 a.m. And I've done a couple offers since I last talked to you, but orders are coming in so fast and furiously that I haven't had time to make a video. I've been like declining stuff. I had to actually pause my DoorDash so I could just make this video. I did a Panda, $7 for 2 miles after that $12.25 for 5 mile Chick-fil-A. So I did a $7 for 2 miles for that. Now this is a $9.66 for 4 miles Starbucks. So this is going to the tattoo parlor. And this tattoo parlor, not always, but a lot of the time they give me a cash tip on top of it. So you never know. So the $7 order put me at a rough estimate $71. This is going to put me at $80, and it's not even noon yet. So it's the busiest day I've had here in a couple weeks on a Thursday. Which, I mean, Thursdays are usually okay, but you would think that would happen. The busy days would be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but for some reason today, people are ordering, and I am grateful for it. So we'll get this dropped off, and we'll see what happens next. All right. The good offers keep coming. I delivered that Starbucks down State Street a few miles. I made my way back up towards my spot. And almost literally as soon as I got to Applebee's, I put my car in park to wait. I had an IHOP come through. $13.55 for I think it's 5.1 miles. For a regular, he's been ordering like once or twice a week lately. And I've been getting a lot of his orders. And I'm thankful for it because he takes care of us. I don't want to put his name out there because I'm trying to keep it as secretive as possible. It's not the word I was looking for, but anonymous. That's the word. Try to keep everything as anonymous as possible for everybody's safety. But anyways, this is going to put me at like something weird, like I'm going to say $93, $94, and it is $12.13. So we are well ahead of pace. And we are well on our way of cracking over $100 by 2 o'clock. Now, as I said, at 2 o'clock, obviously, you guys probably know the routine by now. I've got to pick up my daughter. But today, I've got to go pick up the wife from physical therapy at 2:30 after I pick up my daughter. I take her to work. I think I mentioned before, her job's like only 3 blocks away, like 2 or 3 blocks away from physical therapy. Come on! Oh, shit. What's this fucking guy doing, man? Go anyways. Holy fuck. Anyway, sorry, got distracted. Turning right onto the street here. We had an arrow to turn right. One of my biggest pet peeves while driving is when people go to turn right onto a road and they have an arrow and they stop. Oh my god, it happens all the time. All the time. Anyways. Yeah, my wife, she only works like 2 or 3 blocks away from physical therapy, but their physical therapy's on her knee, so after she's working that out for an hour, it's probably difficult for her to walk much, so I don't mind picking her up. So we'll get that taken care of, and then I'll be right back out, because on a day like this, I do not want to take an excessive break. I want to stay out here as long as I can. Crack 200 today. I haven't cracked 200 in a while. I used to crack 200 like multiple times a week, but part of it's on my own doing for not staying out. But we will today, for sure. I've got New Orleans in mind, as you know. Another update for you. 12:48. I delivered that IHOP, that great order, $13.55 for 5 miles. Got back to my spot. I turned down a couple of decent offers that I probably could have, maybe should have taken. One was $8 for 5 miles, but it was kind of taking me to an area I didn't really want to go. Kind of farther away. Kind of the wrong direction, basically, is where I want, of where I'd want to go. You probably can't hear me very well. So I declined it, hoping for something better. I got one $7 for 4.4 miles after sitting there for about 10 to 15 minutes because I just wasn't getting a whole lot and they weren't very good. So I went ahead and took this one. I'm getting a Grubhub right now. Grubhub was $9 for 10 miles, so definitely not a good one. So I'm delivering this Portillo's. I think this will put me like right at $100. It's before 1 o'clock, so pretty good. See if we can get a couple more in here before I have to go pick up my daughter. The sun's coming out. Pretty nice day. It's only 46. It feels a little warmer than that. Maybe it's because the sun's out. I don't know. But we'll get this taken care of. I'll come back with an update later. Well, we are officially having the best day that we've had in a couple weeks. That $7 for 4.4 miles wasn't the greatest offer, but it took me to this sushi place. As I was arriving at the customer for the Portillo's, I got this $10, I think it was $10.17 for 4.4 miles for Spida Sushi. So, good offer. Actually, the customer was on the way, so it's, after I dropped it off, it was like another, probably like $10.17 for 2 miles now, but anyway, sorry, wife was texting me. So we'll go in here and grab this. I had to come in and use the restroom while I'm waiting for the fried rice for the order. Pretty cool little painting on the bathroom wall here. Spider Sushi is what it's called. So, pretty cool little picture here. Nice little bathroom. First bathroom tour on the Dasher J vlog. You're welcome. Another update. Last one of the lunch rush, lunch break, lunch shift, whatever you want to call it. It's 1:47. I did sit around for a little bit, waiting for offers. It kind of quieted down. And as I was pulling out of Applebee's to just call it a shift, so to speak, and just head to my daughter's school to pick her up, just was gonna get there a little bit early and wait in line. Got a Chick-fil-A, $9.75 for 5 miles. So that worked out, and it should work out. It's kind of towards my daughter's school, not directly, but sort of. So I'll get this dropped off. It's 10 minutes away. 1:47, so about 1:57 I'll have this dropped off. It'll take me about 7 or 8 minutes to get to my daughter's school at 2:05. By then the pickup line will be clearing out and I can pull right in and pick her up without having to wait in line. So that should work out smoothly, and then I have to go as I've mentioned a few times before, pick up my wife from physical therapy. I keep saying that on purpose in the vlog to make sure that I remember. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm dumb. I forget things. So that's the plan. So I probably won't see you for another hour or so, because the plan is to drop her off and just stay on it, stay grinding, stay out here. I'm not going to make less than $200 today. I'm staying out. So you have my word this time. I'm staying out till I get to 200. We'll see you in an hour. Turns out I shortchanged myself a little bit on my earnings. The nice IHOP order was actually a little more of a hidden tip than I realized. Nothing crazy, but a few dollars more. So I'm finishing just over $123 for the lunch rush. So excellent start to the day. That's more like it. I'll be back out here, like I said. Well, I said an hour, but now it's going to be more like 45 minutes. But just wanted to give you an update on the exact amount that I have made so far. It's getting nice out. Feels pretty comfortable. We'll see you in a little bit. Back at it again. I've already done one order since I've been back out. I came out just a little bit after 3. I took the daughter home and picked up the wife for physical therapy and all that stuff. Now, I've done one order. It was like $9.75 for 5 miles for a Mexican joint. And then I drove all the way back to my spot, which that took me pretty far north. I assumed I was going to get something up that way, but I didn't get nothing. Drove all the way back down to my spot before I got any offers really at all. And I was down to my spot for a good 20 minutes before I got anything decent. I got a couple that I probably could have taken, but I was kind of being picky just because it showed 1 to 3 minutes on the map. So that kind of signifies that it's probably pretty busy. Which, I got some offers. Best one was like $7.50 for 5.5 miles or something. It was like kind of taking me out of town east. That probably would have been a little better than what it ended up taking. But that was like the best offer I got. And then I got this about 10 minutes later when it started to quiet back down again. $7.50 for 4.9 miles. So I think it was $7.57 or $7.50. So, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit better dollars to miles ratio than that other one, but this is kind of taking me away from things more so, whereas the other order I would have dropped it off and been right back in the zone. But this is also kind of taking me more towards the center of town, which kind of eliminates the idea of me coming back up here because it's already 4:12. I got like 8 minutes to drop this off. It'll be 4:20. Then I can drive back to my zone and hope that I get something in like the next 10 minutes. But if I don't, then I got to drive all the way back downtown to pick up my wife from work. So kind of torn between what I want to do. I might just stay in the area here because there's a possibility I could get something still, but I might try to stay down this way where I'm at and hope that I get something decent. Just hang around there for 15-20 minutes till I got to go pick her up. Probably what I'll end up doing. This will put me at like right at $140, so it's still pretty good. A really good day, I would be at $150 by the time I picked up my wife. That way, the dinner rush, I'd only have to make $50 to be at 200. I don't know if I'm going to get to that, but close enough. So overall, still a good day. I'll let you know if I get something after this one. All right, so I did get a decent one down here, kind of by my house. McDonald's close to my house, but I don't know why they order from this McDonald's because it's not the closest one to where they live. It's all the way farther south on the south edge of town. Now it is 4:28. I have to be back downtown to pick up my wife at 5. So I got to be fast. If I show up a minute late, my wife snaps at me. She'll kick my ass. So I can do it though, as long as traffic. Oh, see, oh, come on. Got people. Gosh, I already screwed up. Maybe I can make this light. Anyway, so I can get in and out of this McDonald's. That'll give you 15 minutes to get to their house, drop it off. And from where they live, it's actually kind of easy to get downtown, so maybe I can make it work. Maybe if I can make this light, that would be ideal, but people aren't going fast enough. Go faster. Alright, I'm going to make it as it turns yellow. I'm going. We don't stop at yellows. Neither does the guy behind me. Way to go. Good work. Anyway, pulling up to this McDonald's, we'll grab this order. This put me at like 149, maybe 150 if you add up the change by the time I pick her up, so good things. Hello again. Left you hanging a little bit. Got the wife picked up and dropped off at the house. It's 5:47 now. I've done 2 offers since I've been back out. I had a $9 for 5 miles. I'm sorry, $9.50 for 5 miles. And then I had a $7.50 for 3.2 miles. The $9.50 was just like a pizza place. Got that delivered. And then the $7.50 was this bar. Those of you that watch me that are from the area, my bad. I've never gone to this place. I've seen it a million times. I've known it was there. I just never took the time to go in there because for no real reason. Actually, I just never went in there. And it's called Arrow Ale House. And it's probably the coolest bar in town. You walk in there, and they got, I should have took a video of it, but you walk in there, and they got like, it's like airport, like travel themed kind of almost, but it's like an English pub feel. It was interesting. They got like in their waiting area, if like you wait for a table, they got 3 like old airplane seats that you could sit in, and seat belts on them and everything. And then they got like a bunch of interstate signs. And they got me my order pretty quick, so I didn't get to look at it too much. But it's just like, it was very vibey in there, and a lot of people were in there, after work crowd. And I've been sleeping in that place, so $7.50 for 3.2 miles, took care of that. And now I just got a Culver's. I think this is $9 for 5.2 miles, something like that. So we're off and rolling. We're at like $167. Shut up, Grubhub. Just dropped off that Culver's order. Show you the type of neighborhoods that are here between Rockford and Belvedere. Of course, I passed a real nice one right before I turned on the camera, but there's some nice homes back here. Some palaces, damn near. That one's kind of let go a little bit. It's like, wow, that one had like a tornado come through. There's branches all on top of the house. Well, I mean, I guess the part that I showed you isn't so great, but I promise you, right before I turned the camera on, I was passing some beautiful homes, big, beautiful homes, probably like 5,000 square foot houses. And then, of course, I turned the camera on, and then they just kind of gradually go to shit. But head back into town, a couple miles outside of town. We're at 175, 6:06 p.m. Should be smooth sailing to 200. Portillo's, $9.67 for 5.3 miles. Went ahead and took that. I was trying to be greedy. I declined a bunch of decent stuff, hoping a juicy one would come. I declined probably like 8 to 10 offers that were all kind of back to back to back. And then it got quiet for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then the Portillo's came through. So I figured I better take it in case the fact that it died for a few minutes is a sign that it's slowing down. So I took that. I didn't mean to cut you off. Uber was like $10 for 9 miles. No thanks. So we'll pull into Portillo's here. This will put me 184, 185. I'm running out of steam. I'm tired. But I promise I get to 200. So after I drop this off, I should only take 2 orders. Maybe 1 if I can get one good one to get this to 200. And I'm probably going to call it a night. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll suck it up and stay out a couple hours. But as of right now, I'm just kind of burned out for the day. I've been grinding. I haven't really been home except for like a couple minutes since I left the first thing this morning. So I've basically been out of the house for 10 and a half straight hours, which is, I mean, nothing compared to what I used to have at my regular job, 12-hour shifts and shit, but I don't know, no real mental break, I guess, because I've just kind of constantly been driving. So, Close to Portillo's. We'll go grab this. Inching closer to our $200 daily milestone. Alright, that was kind of annoying. I get in there. This order is only for a rodeo burger, chicken tenders, and a drink. For some reason, numerous people came in after me and got their food before me. Bigger orders. I went to the bathroom, came back, still people that were walking in that walked in while I was in the bathroom were getting their orders before me. I was in there for almost 15 minutes. I don't know what the deal is with that. Unless they just dropped the ball on this order or something. But, I mean, chicken tenders, they probably made fresh, so what? So 6-7 minutes, I guess, to drop some chicken tenders, but it took me 6 or 7 minutes just to get here. I don't know. Whatever. That takes the wind out of my sails a little bit, makes me sleepy. What did I say? This is $9. $184 is going to put me at $184, $185. Come on. I'm trying to push through. I don't want to push through. I want to go home. Especially that I know wife's got dinner ready. Ooh, Dasher J hungry. We're going to battle it out. And baseball's on. Man, it's so tempting just to go home. Especially since this is taking me towards the house. You're going to hold it against me if I don't get to $200? I don't know if you care. None of you give a shit. But I kind of do. We'll see. Good morning. It's the next morning. I finished that Portillo's order and I was right by the house. So I just gave in. Called it a night. I had to stop at the grocery store anyway for a couple things. So finished off about $184, $185. I'll post the screenshots of my earnings at the end of this video. So as always, please like, subscribe, and comment if you like my videos. I appreciate you guys for watching. Undecided if I'm going to actually make a video today or not. I might take a day off from it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. 1 week away from New Orleans. Looking forward to that. Whether I decide to make a video today or not, at the very least it'll be tomorrow. And whatever the case may be, I will see you next time. And thank you for watching.